Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today's story isn't just news, it's a seismic shift. The fashion world has trembled, the silence shattered, and history rewritten. For over a decade, a Cold War simmered beneath the glossy pages and glittering runways, a frigid standoff between the opulent house of Celine and the untouchable titan of fashion media, Vogue. Whispers turned to legends, and legends became gospel. The two giants were immovable, estranged, forever divided. Until now. Because in a twist no one saw coming, peace has finally been brokered, and the unlikely architect? None other than Kim Taehyung, the enigmatic V of BTS fame. A K-pop idol? No. A global force. A fashion revolutionary. With one bold move, he cracked the ice, melted egos, and redefined the rules of fashion diplomacy. What led to this truce? What were the stakes? And how did the ever-elusive Anna Wintour, Vogue's iron-willed queen, finally let the gates open? Today, we unravel the tension, the timeline, and the triumph behind one of the most iconic reconciliations fashion has ever seen. For years, Celine was a ghost in the pages of high fashion, conspicuously absent from Vogue's glossy spreads, snubbed in runway reviews, and missing from the spotlight of the Met Gala 2023, where fashion royalty gather under Vogue's rule. The silence was deafening. The exile, unmistakable. But all of that changed in Paris, where history was rewritten under the spring skies of 2026. There, on Celine's most anticipated runway in years, stood the man who would become the axis of change, V, also known as Kim Taehyung. Returning to the public eye for the first time since completing South Korea's mandatory military service, he didn't speak a word, he didn't need to. Clad in Celine's latest collection, he was not just a model or muse, he was a symbol, a storm, a statement. The world took notice. Korean media exploded with over 100,000 articles detailing his every move. His airport fashion alone ignited 170,000 real-time searches on Naver, while platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok surged with his name, trending in over 40 countries within mere hours. The images were electric, V gliding into the venue, his silhouette bathed in Parisian moonlight, eyes shielded, aura untouchable. Every shot told a story. But then came the moment that no one could have scripted, V, seated beside Anna Wintour herself. One photo. Two legends. V and Wintour, side by side. It was more than fashion. It was reconciliation. Revolution. A rebirth. And it all started with a single step down a Paris runway. This wasn't just about seating, it was a seismic declaration. When Vogue, for the first time in over a decade, posted a global social media clip of V donning Celine's newest collection, the fashion world didn't just blink, it gasped. Unthinkable. Unprecedented. Unignorable. Celine, once a ghost in Vogue's hallowed halls, had not only re-entered the room, they were being celebrated. And the key? Kim Taehyung, V of BTS. With a single appearance, he did what PR machines and fashion diplomacy had failed to do for years. His presence was more than symbolic, it was a cultural reckoning. A silent handshake across the fashion aisle. Unspoken walls crumbled. Industry boundaries dissolved. Insiders whisper that the real power move happened behind the scenes. V wasn't just attending. Anna Wintour personally invited him to the front row, a gesture so rare, it practically rewrites the rulebook of fashion hierarchy. And the whispers didn't stop there. He's now rumored to have received a personal invitation to Vogue's ultra-exclusive Hollywood event this October. This isn't celebrity. This is influence. For the global fashion elite, this was the clearest sign yet. V is not merely a guest in the house of couture, he's part of its foundation. Media outlets erupted, declaring what many already felt in their bones: the decade-long Cold War between Celine and Vogue was over. The feud that shaped fashion politics, silenced collaborations, and divided design houses, had finally met its end, with V as its unexpected diplomat. How did we get here? Celine's partnership with V is now hailed as a masterstroke, perhaps the most strategic brand alignment in recent memory. He isn't just a face in their clothes, he is the brand, elegant, enigmatic, and effortlessly magnetic. V transcends categories. From reshaping gender-neutral fashion on red carpets to redefining the global perception of Asian influence in high couture, he's made one truth crystal clear. He's not just an idol. He's a force. And Celine's brand now wears him. Once niche. Once rebellious. Celine is now the very definition of ultramodern, global, and undeniably relevant. And it owes much of this metamorphosis to one man, **** V of BTS. The fact that it was V who bridged the divide between two titans of fashion, Celine and Vogue, isn't just poetic. It's historic. This wasn't just a cameo. It was a coronation. A shift in the axis of influence. Where once the power sat solely with editors and designers, now it pulses in the hands of artists, creators, and cultural icons, those who don't just sell trends, but move hearts. And V? He didn't just walk into a fashion show. He walked into a Cold War, and walked out having brokered peace. This wasn't power through dominance. It was presence. Silent. Imposing. Effortless. And in that silence, the industry listened. So what now? Will this rare moment of détente spark a full-fledged collaboration between Vogue and Celine? Will V grace the cover of Vogue wearing Celine, redefining elegance for a generation? Will the Met Gala 2026 unveil a custom look made just for him, crafted not just with fabric, but with legacy? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Kim Taehyung is no longer just a global pop star. He is a cultural bridge, a fashion mediator, a diplomat of style and silence. With one appearance, he ended a decade-long divide and inscribed his name into the history of high fashion, not with noise, but with presence. Because in today's world, the most powerful statements aren't always shouted. They're felt. And today? The fashion world didn't just hear him. It felt the power of V.